The viaduct looms like a bird of doom as it ships and cracks. On a gathering storm comes a tall, handsome man in a dusty black coat with a red right hand.
Hello, governor.
Hey, what are you wearing?
Oh, this? I'm just preparing for our trip.
You are not wearing that.
What else would I wear on a trip to... Meet Ben. After 10 years of traveling across the country to make fools out of ourselves, and then traveling to other countries to make fools of ourselves, I couldn't think of a better partner in crime to discover the United Kingdom with. As we whipped out some cards to wait for our flight, we also compiled a list of things that we thought would encapsulate the full London experience. The royal monarchy, stolen goods from museums, the big landmark buildings, football, and for some reason, Jack the Ripper. For us, these 5 would be must-sees for a full experience as we walked around the square mile that is... We landed and immediately we started to...
Aren't you forgetting someone?
Oh, right. Allow me to introduce Hannah, my girlfriend and our resident Londonian. Londoner? Let me look it up. Oh, okay, I see. Cockney, our resident Cockney tour guide.
Not again.
At this point in time, she lived there for about a month, so not really a local, but we take what we can get. And right off the bat, she suggested we look at...
You're gonna get beat up.
Ironically, when you walk around the museum, it doesn't have many British things. I mean, I saw Egyptian stuff, Chinese stuff, Japanese stuff, and even Babylonian artifacts without seeing a single, I don't know, like English crown or tea set or baked bean can. British stuff, you know what I mean. But I did see the first Duolingo, which I thought was pretty cool. And you'd think we walked into a French Revolution museum with the amount of heads we saw. Oh, and by the way, out of all the statues you're gonna see in this video, this was my favorite statue of the entire trip. It is a Roman statue of a Molossian guard dog, and it took every single fiber in my body not to pet it.
Hi, Ben.
After the British Museum, we hopped on some classic Santanders and headed to our next destination. Wait, quick pit stop. Holy cow, this is the biggest Lego store I have ever seen.
Drag on these nuts.
They had Harry Potter and James Bond. I mean, is this Legoland London or what? They even had a little section where you can build your own little custom minifigures, and we made 3.
Yes, sir. This is it.
Anyways, after that aside, we headed to our next destination, Chinatown, to grab some incredibly authentic Asian food and bask in the beautiful street decor. After, as the sun started to set over the beautiful London skyline, it was a scenic walk through a park to get back to our hotel and sleep until... Our goal for day 2, get a glimpse of royalty. We needed to get to the Royal Palace at 10:45 sharp to see the most famous shift change since...
Changing of the guard at McDonald's. This is lunch, baby.
But, as always, we had to stop and see some famous landmarks along the way. Oh, 1 second. Hold on, I think I'm getting a call. Hello?
Hello, did you check the time yet?
1 second, let me check the time. Uh-oh.
Who was it? The king.
We were on a mission, straight to the palace. No time for detours, distractions, or...
Hi, bud. He's chill. Holly, want a cracker? Oh. Oh, there's more.
And then we continued straight back towards the palace. No detours, no... We stopped again because we actually thought this was a ceremony, but then we quickly realized that the guard hats were too small, so we kept chugging along.
Can't find it.
As we got to the palace, we saw the huge crowd, and we thought we missed it. We pushed our way to the front, peered through the golden gates, and then we saw it. Well, I guess it's time for the next best thing. I mean, talk about a Bass Pro Shop on steroids. I had never seen this many stuffed animals in my life. I mean, they had big animals and little animals. Look at this. Look at the giraffe. Look at this little guy.
This is so cool.
Not to mention the whole section about extinct animals, aka dinosaurs. Oh man.
I love dinosaurs too.
They even had a live T-Rex.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
I started to feel like a real Chris Pratt. It also had a huge collection of fossils. I mean, look at this whale that was hanging above the entrance, and then this triceratops, and then this thing also was a fossil.
I didn't know turtles got this big.
I mean, I can't even imagine how long it took to restore them and then Lego Master build them into what we saw. It was incredible.
No way with that doobie. There's no way.
And after that amazing afternoon safari, we ran into none other than Benedict Cumberbatch in front of his house, and then capped off the night with some McDonald's.
Exquisite texture, impeccable taste.
Just crunch with ice cream.
A classic British pint. And today is a big day. A day of adventure, excitement, somewhere new. We started at the British Library, sipping tea and exploring ancient books as we waited for a train
Oh my god, Harry Potter!
to depart London, and we start our 1 week-long adventure in... And then we were right back in London, hungry for lunch. We burrowed ourselves inside this market for some drinks, paella, and blazing street food.
Where's this hot?
Then it was time for some more art, some more modern art. Now, I'm no artist or art connoisseur at all, but here's some of my super quick Tate modern art reviews. This abstract one was really cool, and so were these shapes and colors. This is a Mondrian, I actually know this one. These lights hurt my eyes, these radios hurt my ears. This propaganda piece was pretty interesting, and Liechtenstein's I found were my absolute favorite.
This was a really good exhibit.
Over here, they stole my 4th grade science project, and over here, they stole my favorite catchphrase, and ironically, these blinds were really cool to see. And finally, here is a toilet, because this is art, somehow.
What's this piece called?
There was a spot at the gift shop where you could draw and hang your own modern art, so I guess I kinda am a professional artist / art connoisseur now, and you can see our work at the Tate Modern Museum.
Light work, no reaction.
No reaction.
After all that arting, we ate some Korean hot dogs and followed the stench of cheese to the West End, where we found ourselves solving the murder mystery of... We thought it was very British of us to pick a play based on the writings of famed British mystery author Agatha Christie. And I'd never been to a play before, so I made sure we practiced every single reaction, so we were great audience members for those actors on stage. And obviously I didn't film the performance, but I can say it is a fantastic play, and I would definitely recommend it. Lots of laughs and shocking twists up until curtain call. Whoa, what's this? Are we in the British wilderness?
Wow.
No, Well, yes, as in these are real plants, but no, we are clearly very much in an indoor. It was really nice to escape the urbanness of the city and surround ourselves with greenery for a little bit. Plus, the panoramic view of London was really beautiful. Then it was back to the street level, where we crossed the famed Tower Bridge and returned into the sky to eat a cool remix on the classic American chicken and waffle. The duck and waffle, because maybe they don't have chickens in London? I don't know. Either way, it was delicious. Then back on the ground, where we found ourselves wandering onto a movie set. Now, as you can see here, I tried to sneakily film some of it, but clearly I only got videos of the inside of my palm. And as we walked through the East End streets, it started to feel as if we were walking back in time, back to the 19th century, where we felt like we were followed by a ghost of the past, the ghost of... This tour brought us through Whitechapel, telling us a story of the famed serial killer's 5 proven victims and the fierceness of his crimes. Now, despite the grim topic, our tour guide was actually a super ecstatic and very cool dude. In fact, he would go up and stand in exact places where Jack the Ripper murdered someone, which was super interesting, but also kinda creepy. It started to make me think, these were just normal places in London. People would walk by them on their way to work. How many serial killer murder spots have I walked past? What if while I'm sitting here recording this, I'm sitting a place where someone's been murdered? Anyways, on our final day in London, we had one last goal. If you remember from the beginning of this video, Ben and I made a list of 5 things that we had to see and do while we were in London. And while over the past week, we did most of these items, we had one last thing on the list we needed to see. Luckily for us, Ben is a lifelong fan of Crystal Palace, so it was only natural for us to take the train up and, in once in our life, see the Crystal Palace pitch live, in person, right in front of us, and it's closed. We headed into the gift shop for our consolation prize. I thought, why not ask? And after a little bit of begging and a little bit of explaining, we got our own private tour of the... We got to sit on the bench, go to the dugout, and went like all around the technical area. It was just so surreal to see where famous footballing clips occurred, like this one. Or this one.
You do know this is a TV show, right?
Well, yeah, like a docuseries type TV show, yeah.
No way you're serious.
Anyways, shout out to the Crystal Palace manager who brought us out there, by the way. It was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in London. From there, we took a stroll through Harrods to see things we obviously can't afford and played with some cool tech before going to eat our final dinner in this great city. And as we walked towards the train station that'll take us back home, we ran into a seemingly magical ceiling. Honestly, I don't think a Londoner could have the same experience visiting most of America. I think it's the lack of walkability that's a pretty big stain on the red, white, and blue. And as I contemplated my last moments in London and stared up at the huge, colorful ceiling, I was reminded of the experiences I had just walking through the city of London. Wandering with our own 2 feet, we found ourselves just discovering more things than I could sitting in my car. And it was there I remember the magic of stumbling upon things.